Hi students, welcome to session 10 of Habitat of the Living. Students, we studied about adaptations in the previous sessions. So let me revise, let me teach you again that what is meant by adaptation. Yes students, changes in the structure or behavior of an organism that allow it to survive in a particular habitat are called adaptations. So students, adaptations in organisms take place gradually, that is over hundreds or thousands of or millions of years. So generally organisms adapt to their habitat by changes in their body, changes in location, changes in behavior. Like changes in behavior means like hibernation, the period of reduced activity in animals during winter months is hibernation, and the period of reduced activity in animals during summer months is known as estivation. Then changes in location means the seasonal movement of animals which take place from one region to another. That means migration, and also like camouflaging. So animals adapt themselves to such environment to survive here. And we discussed about adaptations for forests, out of which we studied about tropical forests, that is rainforests, then adaptations for temperate forests, that is also called as deciduous forest. And today's session we will continue this topic, that is adaptations for the third type of forest, that is boreal forest or taiga or coniferous forests. So let us start with today's interesting session and learn about adaptations for boreal forests. Yes. Now which animals and plants are found here? Let us see. Yes, numerous animal species are found in boreal or coniferous forests. So several are arrayed here and others are also given in other slides, so we will have a look at it. So students, remember that among the main carnivores of the boreal forest, carnivores means with the animals which are flesh eater. They do not eat plants at all. So among the main carnivores of the boreal forest or coniferous forest are a number of felids and canids. Felids means species of cat, means species of dogs. Now, this doesn't mean that species of cats means different type of cats would be there, but the cats range in size from Siberian tiger, lynx, bobcat, etc., which we will see further. So these are some of the felids and canids which are found in boreal or coniferous forests. And most boreal animals migrate to warmer regions during winter season. So some animals hibernate during winter months, some estivate during summer months, and they move on to such regions where there is no means that is not a warmer region, but they migrate towards such regions where there is winter. So these animals hibernate during winter months, and some animals have thick layer of fur or feathers to protect themselves from cold, and that is why they are able to survive during winter. And after that, after some days or some months, they migrate towards warmer regions. So here are some of the beautiful images of some animals. Like the first image which you can see here, this is snowshoe hare, porcupine. So this snowshoe hare and porcupine, They are among the smaller mammalian herbivores, and they are arboreal. Now what does arboreal means? Arboreal means they live in these type of forests, but they are tree living. See, among the smaller mammalian herbivores are the arboreal animals, tree living animals like porcupine and the terrestrial snowshoe hare. You will be very amazed to know that snowshoe hare is just beginning its transformation, winter transformation. Here you can see the beautiful picture. So snowshoe hare lives in boreal forests and it can survive during winter. And even the brown cat, here you can see the cat and this is tiger. So basically snowshoe hare and porcupine, they are herbivores, and the brown coat that camouflaged it so well in the summer and fall is beginning to be shed and replaced with white fur. Here you can see white fur of snowshoe hare that will help hide it in winter snows. So this is the image of the snowshoe hare which has just begun its winter transformation. Its brown coat gets camouflaged so well in the summer, and fall, that means autumn season is begins to be shed and replaced with white fur. And they replace with white fur, and that is why they are able to hide in the winter snows. So this is about snowshoe hare. Now let us talk about other animals too. Yes, here you can see this is the Siberian tiger, or we can also call it as Amur tiger. So we can call it as AMUR, Amur, or Siberian tiger. And here you can see cat, right? What do we call these species of cats? Yes, felids. So basically the Amur Siberian tigers, Amur or Siberian tigers, are one of the subspecies of the felids, like Asian cat, which is known for the tropics of India and Indonesia all the way north to the boreal forests of Russia. Even there are other animals too, like this is the beautiful picture of baby bobcat. This is a beautiful picture of elk. So the bobcat is a much smaller cat with a range that extends far into the temperate zone, unlike its larger and more northerly relative to the lynx. Lynx is also an animal which is found in boreal forest, but lynx is somewhat large animal, but this is a very small animal, bobcat. And herbivores also range in size from the large members of the deer family, such as elk. So elk belongs to the deer family. So here herbivores, carnivores, among the carnivores are the felids and the canids, means cats and dogs. But herbivores are also found here, which range in size from the large members of the deer family, such as elk, to insects on the small end of the scale. So this name elk means it belongs to a deer family. In Europe, the term elk is applied to what we see in North America, and we call them as a moose, and the animal they call the same species as the elk. So at different places, deer families are called. So to avoid, authorities in United States and Canada have begun using a Native American name. A Native American name is Wapiti. This is just for general knowledge in the name of. So these are some of the animals which are found in boreal forests. or coniferous forests. Now let us see which plants are found in boreal forests. Yes. First of all, we should know that what are the features of the boreal forest where these type of plants can survive, they can exist. Yes, the trees shed snow easily and they retain their needles through the winter. So what happens that the needles themselves are so well adapted with thick waxy coatings and small surface area that they can resist the cold conditions and they can minimize water loss. And that is why we say that they are evergreen, because they never shed their leaves. So boreal forests receive heavy rainfall and trees have a conical shape which allows the snow to slide off easily. We'll see the images later on. Most trees therefore found in the boreal forest are evergreens. As I said before, that they do not shed their leaf. So trees here found in boreal forests have narrowed needle-like leaves, and this kind of structure, needle-like leaves, protects the leaves from damage. And that is why growth of new leaves require a huge amount of energy, because they are needle-like. And once trees which have a conical shape, they allow the snow to slide off easily. After that, they have to grow new leaves. But the soil found in boreal forest does not contain many nutrients, because these regions do not receive much sunlight. So the rate of photosynthesis is very low, and that is why. And even there are not many nutrients in the soil. So growth of new leaves is possible, but it takes a lot of time. It takes a long time. And so we can say that boreal forest plants are able to conserve energy by not shedding their leaves. That is why they do not shed their leaves, and they are evergreens. So the growth of new leaves is also very scarce over here. Growth of new leaves take place, but it is very scarce and it takes a long time. So this is a beautiful image of boreal forest where many plant species are found. But coniferous trees are obviously the dominant plant form, means these trees shed snow easily and they retain their needles through the winter. And the needles themselves are well adapted. So they minimize their water loss, they resist the cold conditions, and an important consideration is even in this swampy taiga or the coniferous forest where water may be frozen much of the year. So together these adaptations mean that even in cool conditions, if the temperature rises above freezing point during the day, photosynthesis can proceed. So if the temperature rises to a freezing point during the day, then also photosynthesis can proceed in cool conditions, because somewhat light is available. So broadleaf plants usually lose their leaves at the onset of freezing conditions in the autumn season, and they do not regrow until most of the danger of the frost has passed. This means that the growing season of broadleaf trees is much shorter than it is for coniferous forests. And the advantage of coniferous forests or the coniferous trees gain allows them to dominate in the cold taiga climate. That is why they have broad leaves too, because broad leaves are more efficient. So if conditions are favorable, they can survive there. So let us see that which plants are found here. Yes, narrow needle-like leaves plants are found here that help the boreal forest trees to conserve water. So boreal forests are so cold that the ground freezes during winter months. Because of this, the plants are not able to get water. And that is why these needle-like leaves help boreal forest trees to conserve water. So these are the beautiful images of the plants which are found in boreal forests. The first one here you can see, they are the larches. And here you can see this is the beautiful picture of spruce. And this is a picture of fir, leaves of fir, and here is a picture of needle-like leaves of pine tree. Right, so fir tree and pine tree. These are the leaves. Right. So important conifer types of plants are found here, which include firs and pines, then spruces and larches. Even there are other plants too, like this is again spruce, and these are hemlocks. This is also hemlock. So these are beautiful picture of hemlocks. Right, so spruces, hemlocks, larches, firs, pines, all of these tree types bear cones of one sort or of another. The seeds here are retained in these structures until they open and cast the seeds out, and they often form a considerable height. So some species of birds and mammals may also open the cones, foraging for the seeds, and with 2 seeds per scale, it is likely that as the animal breaks the one seed, loose, the other will fall free to the forest floor. And some cones do not open until there has been fire. But since fire is not an important aspect of this coniferous forest, that is probably not the case for most of the taiga conifers. So these type of plant species are found over here, which are somewhat needle type of leaves, needle shaped leaves, which are able to shed off the snow easily, or which allow to slide off, not shed off, but slide off the snow easily, and they are able to conserve water intake. So such type of adaptations plants and animals have, which are found in boreal forests or the coniferous forest. Right, so that was all about the boreal forest, adaptations for boreal forest. I hope you liked this session. In the next session, we will discuss about adaptations for another major habitat. Till then, keep enjoying and have a nice time.